Welcome back to the channel. We are playing more games from my one Magic Cube, which we Rotisserie drafted. I've said it 3 times, not for people watching the stream, but for the people on YouTube, for those that don't know, a Rotisserie draft is a draft format where you lay the whole cube out on a big table face up, and all 8 players stand around the table for 2 hours, taking turns, picking whatever card they want for their deck one at a time. So yeah, it took us a little over 2 hours to draft the decks, but it's fun. You get to, bullshit with your friends and trash talk a little bit. And then at the end, you have really powerful decks to show for it because you obviously had a wealth of options when you chose, and you can see what everyone else is doing, so you can intentionally stay out of lanes that are too full, etc., etc. Really fun way to draft if you have a lot of time on your hands. And we are finishing all the matches out. So Theo and I have both played 6 of our matches, and we're going to play our 7th here against each other. Theo, you are 5-1.
Yep, that's
and
right.
I am 4-2. So Theo's gonna win no matter what. Well, I guess if we had that same record and I beat you.
Yeah, this is true.
Ooh, okay.
It's true.
There's some stakes here. Anyway, my deck is a blue-white control deck, playing green for Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. That was my first pick. I really wanted to play Uro in a control shell as opposed to like a ramp or mid-range shell that you see it often played in cubes. So the plan here is basically to answer all of my opponent's stuff with removal spells, counter spells, board wipes, etc., and eventually play an Uro or a Timeless Dragon or a Wandering Emperor to close the game out. I think the deck's okay. I don't have the mana fixing I would like to have. I think my mana's a little bit shaky. I only have 2 fetch lands, only 1 Hallowed Fountain. The lands just went at a time in the Roto draft that was kind of challenging for me. I would also love just like 1 or 2 more cantrips just to find the right pieces at the right time, because it does have some conditional reactive spells that are not always good. And so if your opponent, doesn't have a board presence and you want to get rid of your balance or draw something else, you don't have the option to do that. So that's my deck. Theo, what are you bringing to the table?
So I drafted an Izzet deck. Basically, I've got a whole bunch of cantrips and burn spells, some card advantage, counter spells, and then a whole bunch of creatures that are, synergized with casting spells. Pretty classic Izzet deck. In this matchup, I'm a little bit worried about my number of threats, and I'm also worried about Uro. But this should be interesting.
Just this matchup, you're worried about Uro. The rest of the matchups, it's really not a problem.
Yeah, Uro, not entirely sure how I beat Uro, but should be an interesting matchup.
All right, well, let's shuffle up. It didn't occur to me that there would actually be some stakes. I was like, well, we're going to play, and Theo's going to be the winner between the 3 of us overall, but we'll have games at least. But technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
That's not so much stakes so much as numbers. I don't know.
It's nice to have a little made up stakes. It's all made up and the points don't matter, but it's nice to have made up points that feel like something.
Thanks for the follow and for hanging out, Zorptic.
Evens or odds, Theo?
Odds. All right, I'll go first.
I literally 7 matches, never won a roll.
Wow, this is
pretty amazing.
Really the important thing to be focusing on. We need a little dice cam. Zoom
Stop
in.
being salty just because I countered all your spells last game. Okay, buddy?
It's a lot of complaint equity there. That's valuable.
We call those Johns.
Yeah, we do have stakes because people are watching, so the pride is real. It's on the line.
That's the don't make mistakes stakes.
Sometimes you play perfectly and you lose.
Sometimes you don't play perfectly, but...
Theo, I can say with confidence I have never played perfectly and lost, because I've never played perfectly, so... That's going to happen here. All right. I do think that that is how I win this matchup. It's just running you out of threats, basically, is how I'll get there.
Uro.
Uro, honestly, I think the way I kill you is kind of irrelevant. It's just getting rid of threats.
That's true. I can
matter.
answer your threats too, but yeah.
Then I hard cast Shark Typhoon. Then what are you going to do?
Counter
Punk.
Daze it.
Punk. How much do I play around days, chat?
Always play around days. All right.
That's what the days player wants me to do. Coincidence? I think not.
So should we do this side again or this side?
I'm gonna put mine up here. You put yours wherever you want. I don't know.
Okay, no,
I'm over
I
it.
like the right
Chat
side.
can complain about it and do whatever they want.
All right.
You're up first. I won't peek. Show chat what you're working with.
All right, we've got. Let's see. It seems like a fine hand. Got some spells, some lands. Sure, seems good. I'll keep.
Chat. All right, look. I'm gonna keep this hand. Don't look, Theo.
I'm not looking.
And also, don't watch the video later either. You're never allowed to look at this hand that I
That
kept.
seems like you should mulligan, but okay.
I think we're gonna be fine. I'm on the draw. Got these. These are gonna be really helpful.
Yeah, it's hard to not look at.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the art on my cards.
All right.
Read the flavor text.
Take it away,
That's what the
Theo.
flavor text
Yeah,
is
yeah.
there for.
All right, I will shotgun Stevens pass.
Okay. Okay. Shotgun Steam Fence pass, huh? I will play Otawara and cast a Serum Visions.
Sure.
I will draw a card. I will scry 2. I'll keep them both on top. I'll pass.
All right, I'll thought scar myself. I could thought scar you.
You could.
Since
You
two-
could definitely thought scour me.
two top, but seems a bit risky. All right, untap, draw. Island, go.
Island, go.
Yeah, this is content right here. All right,
I
I'll
mean,
draw.
some people love this.
Go.
Some people live for this. All right. I'll draw. I'll cast Preordain.
I'll spell pierce then. Oops. No third land drop.
No, just punish for not playing it first.
Okay, I'll take it.
Pass the turn.
Feels good.
Tap.
Oy,
Draw.
oy, oy. The little yes, just
I'm just looking
ruin
around
Anthony,
around the
ruin Andy's
microphone.
life. Ha hoo hoo hee hee ha.
Okay, ruined your life. All right.
Ruined my life, Theo.
Ruined your life. I'll fetch. Sorry. Yeah, I'll fetch. I'll just go to 17. It's fine.
Theo at 17. Played around days, didn't play around spell beers.
All right, I'll play Dragon's Rage Chandler.
Mhm.
Go. I do not have Delirium. I have 3 types though.
Plains. Prismatic Ending.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
All right, on your end step, electrolyze your face.
Electrolyze my face. How many cards in hand?
3.
Sure.
Draw a card. Untap. Draw. Land. Go.
Shotgun at Temple Garden. Pass the turn.
All right, on your end step, I'll fetch. Just go to 16.
16 all.
Welcome to the humming and shuffling ASMR stream.
It is hard to shuffle with the mic in front of you.
Yeah, it is,
Takes a
yeah.
little bit of getting used to.
All right, untap.
Yeah, chill. Andy's got great fancy basic lands.
Which is good because it's all in play. It's all it's in play. So they better be looking for this
yeah.
matchup.
That's a really good point.
Nothing else to look at.
How many cards do you have?
5.
5 cards. All right, we're gonna cast Murktide Regent. Let's see.
3 mana up.
3 mana up. I have to decide what's going on.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna.
And how big is it going to be is another question I have.
We're gonna make it a 5/5. Two spells.
Okay. And what's left in the yard then?
Instant sorcery.
Okay, so keeping some spells in there for delirium equity or future flashback equity, bedlam reveler equity. Oh boy, actually. Hmm. Cryptic command. Counter draw.
All right, I'll memory lapse that.
Yeah. That's what I was afraid of. Cryptic on top.
All right, I'll pass.
Draw cryptic command. I mean, surely you have another way to protect it. Because you know I was going to draw cryptic command. So...
Yeah, Ubercube, we're all looking forward to CubeCon number 2. I hope it'll be a lot bigger, to be honest. I think a lot of people were on the fence, like, this event sounds cool, but we're
That'd be
not really
awesome.
sure if it's going to be a thing, and I think it, like, really proved itself.
Sorry, Theo. This is
you're
where I
good.
go into the
You're
tank.
good. This is a tough.
Yeah, face up
matchup.
cryptic command for
Yes.
unknowns.
I think a lot of people are going to be at Magic 30 Philly as well, though. We could get some cube events going on there.
So what could you have? Daze doesn't do it. I've already seen Spell Pierce go away. Force Spike doesn't do it.
That's a good question. Are we going to be submitting different cubes?
You get to untap and cast
I'm
it
curious
again.
if Andy's going to submit some cubes.
Probably.
I suspect he will.
I think I will next year, yeah. I hope to have the new cube done by then, which I think would be a good candidate.
Get some good wear and tear on those
I
cards.
feel like the judges actually
man.
probably won't let me play it
Yeah.
unsleeved, so I'll have to sleeve it up for that event.
That is sort of a problem. Yeah.
All right, Theo. Maybe I'm walking into one of your expertly set traps. I think you're just going to cast it again when I'm tapped out of Counterspell Magic. I'm going to bounce it and draw a card.
Bounce draw card. Sure.
Yeah. I'll pass the turn.
Tap. Draw.
Could have taken 5 and waited, but then you untap and have more access to counter magic mana, so, you know.
All right. We'll pay. 4 delve, 3 spells.
Sure.
Pass.
Three cards in hand?
Yep.
How's that tempo going, Theo?
Not the best, but he does have a lot of cards in
How
hand.
you tempo in there,
It's a little bit
son?
scary.
Is that what tempo means? Just that your opponent has more cards in
No,
hand?
that's definitely not tempo. That's value.
the opposite of
That's
tempo.
value.
Well, you have tempo.
I
If
do
your
have a
oppo-
6/6
if your
flyer.
I mean,
opponent's
having
an
a
achieve
6/6
value.
flyer is
If
definitely
that's not
having tempo.
I don't know what it is. I don't think it's long for this world though.
I'll oust it.
Oust it. Second from the top.
I will not show people this video when I'm trying to make the case that oust is good, because right here,
leave it?
I mean, it's,
Yeah,
your graveyard's gone, so it's actually fine. You gain 3, put
Yep.
you at 19, and I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Tap. Draw. Land. Go.
Okay. Untap Breeding Pool, go to 14. Pass the turn.
Okay. I'll draw my Murktide Regent. I've already delved all my spells away, but I could play a 3/3 flyer. That's so bad. I guess we're playing a 3/3 flyer.
All right, now let's counter it and draw 2.
Yikes. Okay. Yep.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
No, good.
Untap. Draw. 5 mana up. Oh, 6 mana up. Go to 7 mana. Is that worth a thing? What does 8 mana get me? Plain Island and say go.
Okay. Tap. Draw. Go.
Go. Okay.
Was that a go?
No,
or
you-
was that a
okay,
confirm?
No,
he
I
hasn't
hadn't
taken
taken my
his
turn
turn.
yet.
I thought
That was me
what-
thinking about whether I want to do something on end step
Yeah.
and deciding ultimately not to. I'll play a Flooded Strand and I'll pass.
This matchup seems pretty rough for me. All right, I'll draw.
I think it seems pretty rough for me.
Really? All right. Thing in the ice.
Thing in the
Sorry,
ice. I'll spell snare that.
Sure. Go.
I'll crack this Flooded Strand on end step, go to 13. Get a tapped breeding pool. Untap. Draw a card. Cave of the Frost Dragon and pass the turn.
Okay. Tap. Draw. Go.
I'll cycle Shark Typhoon for 6.
Yep. You don't want to hard cast that.
This is a matchup where I do not want to hard cast
Yeah.
it. There are matchups where I do. We were talking about them earlier. This is not a matchup. I know it doesn't have +1/+1 counters. I'll put this above it
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
sure.
remember that it's a 6/6.
I don't think it matters,
I'll
but
draw.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, in other matchups where you don't have counter magic, I would hard cast it there, but getting it countered is devastating, and you can't counter cycling. So we're just going to do it like that. Misty Rainforest, attack for 6.
All right, we'll take 6.
Got you at 13. I will pass the turn
All right, I'll just fetch.
to 12.
Should I do that? I guess so. All right. We need to draw something good. All right, I'll draw. This is not going to work out. All right, I will Flame Slash the shark.
Sure.
I will Lava Dart the shark.
Sure.
I'll Flashback Lava Dart the shark.
That one I will counter. I'll do it with Snapcaster Mage.
You have a bajillion mana and Cryptic Commands.
Yeah.
And Mystic Confluence. How many cards in your hand?
4.
4. Alright, I will respond to that with Dig Through Time, paying 3, exiling 5.
Keeping 3 mana up.
3 mana up.
I'll crack this Misty Rainforest. Go to 12. I'm to 12, Anthony. And whoop, I'll mana leak the Dig Through Time.
Mana Leak, the Dig Through Time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can really win the game from this position.
What do you, that's
I'll
deck
play
visualizer
3.
again.
I'll play 3.
I will then miscalculation the Dig Through Time.
Sure.
Snapcaster Mage enters the battlefield. Now, I think I do play around Daze and Force Spike, and I'm just gonna miscalc the Lava Dart instead of Cryptic Commanding it.
Oh right, you'd have to counter this.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just
gonna
not gonna.
miscalculate.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
tap out of mana to lose my shark.
Right.
So
All right. Go.
even though I would love to draw another card, cards are good.
19 to 13. Oh, I did crack a fetch land. No, I'm at 12.
You're
yeah,
12.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Combats, because that's not lethal. It's only 11. Bummer. I'll attack for 8.
All right, I'll take 8.
Put you to 4 and pass the turn.
Draw. I am dead.
All right. Game 2.
I had Force Spike in my hand the whole game. I thought I could have just Force Spiked your Serum Visions on turn 1, which I don't think is a crazy idea.
I'm glad you didn't.
But the thing is,
Turns out I ended up topping them both, which.
Yeah.
But I did keep a 1-land hand with Preordained and Serum Visions.
Yeah. The reason I Spell Pierce that is because I had just drawn Bedlam Reveler, which I also had in my hand the whole game.
Yeah, that was a Bedlam Reveler bad game.
Well, I had to delve like 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. All right, I think my sideboard will improve this matchup a lot because I just drew a bunch of burn spells that were really bad. All right, let's see. I have a lot of considerations here.
Yeah, me too, honestly. Let's do the old what do I not want on my deck game first.
I think any number of these cards would be reasonable to board in. This one I don't really know if it's actually good, but it does seem like it would work in this matchup. These are just more threats, basically. And this one also seems good in like a slow matchup. But let's see what I want to board out to decide. Got some bad cards in here.
Tells her not to look when you're sideboarding, but I will. I will not look, I promise.
Alright, I think I would like to board out these 5 cards. So, I don't know. Like, I could just swap this for an island. I don't know. Could be good for the content. We'll see. Yeah, I think just having as many of these kind of cards as possible should be pretty good. So, could go like this.
My considerations, chat.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
So left is cards that are in the deck that I might consider siding out. And right is cards that are in my sideboard that I might consider siding in. So I feel strongest about cutting this in this matchup. I don't like the mana value on that spell in a matchup like this where Theo's playing on the tempo axis. And that's the card I most want to put in for it. So that's an easy swap. Didn't see an abundance of targets for that. Or this, to be honest. And this spell can be kind of rough with all the delve things going on. Meanwhile, over here, if he sides out all of his creature removal, I could bring in that. I'm just going to say that out loud. I don't think it's going to affect your decision much.
Yeah, I already know what you're talking about. Anyway, I can't look at
Theo,
the screen.
read the
I was
flavor
reading
text.
the
Read the
chat.
flavor
Sorry.
text.
This he didn't see, so maybe wouldn't. I feel like this and this are in the same category, but having that mode on it, I think, is nice. So I'm going to go with that swap as well.
Ceiling panels.
And then, question is, do I make either of these swaps? I think I'm going to stick with these in game 1. Also, potentially because of what he might have brought in. And maybe we'll bring these in game 2. So, that's how we're going to sideboard.
3, sir, 3.
Yes, thank you. Can't count. All right, Theo, you're on the play, presumably.
Yes, I'll be on the play.
All my games with this deck were really fun on Saturday. There was like a lot of back and forth, except for the games against James's red-black deck, in which he just absolutely embarrassed me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have like particularly bad hands. It was just like an absolute
Yeah, I could see your deck
total
struggling
flopping.
Against it.
I had really, really close games against Parker, who was the black-white Luris deck that I think came down to like a couple little small edge misplays on my part. Like definitely could have won, but didn't sequence things properly. In game 1 though, like I had a hand of cheap counter magic and was on the draw, and he just played a Knight of the Ebon Legion on turn 1, and then correctly read that I was on counter magic and was like, pump the knight, pump the knight, pump the knight, and I was like,
Classic pump nights.
guess I'm at 6. Cool 1 drop, and that got there. All right, Theo, good luck.
Good luck. Man, you didn't even draw Uro, and I feel like I lost pretty handily still, so we'll see what happens.
I've been waiting to draw Uro in any of these
Yeah.
games.
This is not the best hand. It's not terrible. I guess I'll keep it. I don't really want a mulligan, but
I'm going to keep my hand as well, chat. It's just as suspect as my last one, probably. But I'm keeping it on the power of this one card. All right, Theo.
all right. I am on the play. Play land, go.
Flooded Strand, pass the turn.
All right, I'll go
Thoughts on
19.
the ELO ratings on Cube Cobra?
Thoughts on them?
Yeah, currently they're a little bit broken.
mean,
so that's
Right now they're
not
totally
super
broken,
relevant.
Got
so
kind of
they're
a
completely
split.
irrelevant.
Split sleeve here.
Another split sleeve, man.
Or
These sleeves are not
something or
impressive.
other.
I've got sleeves right here. There you go.
I mean, yeah, thoughts on them like as they are now, or like theoretically as they might be. I don't know.
In both cases, so right now they're totally broken, so don't even bother. When they're not totally broken, I still don't think they're particularly useful because, we talk so much on the show and whatnot about how context matters, and the global ELO on Cube Cobra is inherently contextless. It's theoretically based on all of the picks across all of the drafts across all of the cubes, but
Yeah, but I think it's useful if you just understand exactly what it represents, which is just how
end
highly
step, go to 19.
a particular card has been picked across all cubes on Cube Cobra, which is just a data set that has a
Pretty
lot
cool.
of noise in it and means a whole bunch of things all at once. Because, the context does matter, so cards are going to be rated differently. It also matters how long the particular card has been in the ecosystem. Like, new cards are going to be rated differently. And, cards that just are less familiar, less in the public eye are also going to be less rated because people are going to pick them less highly.
It's not that you can't get anything out of it, but I generally think, if anything, people definitely overrate the value of it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great if you're like, hey, I want to, evaluate
Let's
what
see
are the
Rainforest,
highest...
go ahead.
All right, I'll
What do
fetch
people think are the
18.
most powerful cards in this new set? You can definitely get some, use that as a starting point to start a conversation.
Theo's at 18, I'm at 19.
Great.
On account of fetch lands. Sorry to interrupt.
But then you need to sort of figure out your own story and use that for inspiration to inform your own goals.
All right, tap, draw. Play a land. I'll play Goblin Routemaster.
Goblin Rabble Master.
Rabble.
I'll crack my Misty Rainforest and attempt to mana leak that. I'm going to go get an untapped Temple Garden, too, so I will take 3, Anthony.
I will daze your mana leak,
Yeah, that seems good.
and I'll get a Goblin.
Try to keep it positive. Thank you, guys.
I take 1 from the Goblin, go to 15.
Go ahead.
That was not a good turn for me, chat. Then I'll untap. I'll draw. How many cards you got in hand over there, Theo?
5. Interesting question.
I always like to know that detail. I think it's important. I feel like it was one of my early level ups in Magic was like, you first on the game and you're like, oh, well, I look at my opponent's cards in play. And then you eventually realize, like, the number of cards they have in hand is a very important resource, too.
Got these backwards. Oh, wait. No, I do have it. Great.
don't think this is getting any better, chat, and I don't want Theo to untap. I'll play an island. I'll cast Balance.
Okay, so how many cards do you have?
5 in hand.
also
I
have
sacrifice a
five. So-
land, you sacrifice both your creatures.
Deal.
All right.
Deal or no
It's
deal?
kinda like a
You'd rather
Daze.
sack a land than discard a card. Interesting. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, on tap.
I mean, I wanted to play around Force Spike. Not Force Spike, I guess you already played
I
Daze.
already played. I already played Daze. All right, that's fine.
Well, I want to make sure I
Best.
definitely for sure didn't get Daze.
You do take a lot of damage off your own lands, especially
This is
in
true.
matchups where somebody is trying to
Yeah.
put the other person under
In this
pressure.
matchup, we're kind of fetching tap lands, but yeah.
I'll cast Arrow.
Sure.
Trigger. Gain 3, go to 18. Draw a card. Put a land into play. I will put a Hallowed Fountain in untapped. Go to 16. Sorry, Anthony. Pass the turn.
0. All right, I'll electrolyze your face.
My beautiful, perfect face. Go to 14.
Tap. Draw. All right, I will fetch an island.
17 for Theo. I spilled water on myself. How embarrassing. For the stream.
So you
Wow.
can escape our next turn.
I do.
This is
Not yet.
bad-
I've got
bad
green, blue,
news.
blue.
Bad news.
Yeah, we're not cutting decks. What am I doing? We've shuffled a million
Alright, I'm
times.
gonna cast Treasure Cruise, paying 2, delving 6.
I mean, that's
Or-
good. You got it. Draw 3. Battle of the Broken Cards. Here we go.
Pass. I have 7 in hand. Okay.
I'll play a plans and I'll pass the turn.
Alright. Tap. Draw. And I'll play Electrostatic Infantry.
I'm going to Spell Snare that.
Spell Snare. Okay.
The actual draft took about 2 hours. Is
I
that
love
right?
this counterspell in my cube, too.
Oh yeah, Spell Snare
is
is
really fun.
It's pretty great.
Which I think is pretty quick for a rotisserie draft. People kind of were a little slow at times, but then kind of got in their lane and figured out what their plan
Channeler.
was.
Channeler. Channeler's fine.
Go.
End step. I will click you. Well, I'll cast click.
Yeah.
Theo played an electrostatic infantry. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's from a pretty recent set. It's like whenever you cast instant sorcery, you put a counter on it as trample.
Trample.
How many cards do you have? 2.
2 in hand.
I can't even beat Uro in play. I don't think I can. All right, you can take counterspell and put it on the bottom.
Yeah, I will, in fact, bottom counterspell.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Then I will untap. I'll draw. Here comes Daddy. Supposed to do this before or after combat? What an interesting, detail-oriented question. I know what your hand is. Well, you drew an unknown card. You're not gonna... You know what I'm doing, so who cares? I'm gonna cast Uro from my graveyard, escaping some stuff. I'm gonna escape everything but Mana Leak.
All right, I'm gonna cast Brainstorm, Surveil Tree.
This is in response to Uro being cast.
Monster Uro, yeah.
Sure.
Graveyard Memory Lapse. That was what I wanted to draw.
That would have been good.
All right, I'm gonna pick up my hand now.
Yeah, you can hide it now that it's unknown information.
Okay. Uro resolves.
All right. I gain 3, go to 17, draw a card, put a land into play. Go to combat.
Yep.
You're just instant creature sorcery.
Yeah, no delirium.
All right. I will attack with Vendilion Click.
Yeah, take 3.
Put you to 14. Pass the turn.
Tap, draw.
There's a little bit of tension between Delirium and Delve cards, but I think it's kind of interesting.
Well, Channeler just loads up your graveyard so fast anyway.
Yeah, that's also true.
I see people a lot talk about like, oh, I don't want to run 2 Delve cards in my deck, or these cards are like counter interactive, but you get to make the choices as the player, and I think it's totally fine to play them in your deck on a win percentage optimizing type of decision.
I guess that sort of works. All right, I'll keep these.
Don't like seeing it keep.
I do have Delirium now.
You got it.
Yeah, we'll attack for 3.
Don't you have to attack once?
I do have to attack, yes.
Yeah. 14.
But what I was thinking about is casting Murktide, so I don't have to attack. But I think I do. All right, so I'll pay 2, delve. We got four spells.
So it's gonna be a 7/7
and a land, I guess. Yeah.
I will respond to casting Murktide Regent. I'll cast Dress Down.
Dress Down. Yeah, I'm gonna spell your set. Surreal.
That seems pretty good.
My plan is to block Uro.
I mean,
I will keep that on top.
All right, you got 4 +1/+1 counters in here,
4.
right?
Yep. And
look how good Dress Down would have been, chat. I mean, it got countered, but
it would have
any
been,
spell can get
been
countered.
very good.
It would have been very good.
Is this good? I'll play the Channeler.
Sure.
Go.
Would Dress Down? How would Dress Down interact with the counter ability? Would it?
Wouldn't have any abilities.
It doesn't.
It would just
have
enter as a
counters.
3/3.
Yeah.
It doesn't say when it enters with the number of counters.
That's an ability
it enters
still.
with, but that is an ability, I think.
Interesting.
It's
I
got
thought
no
that
abilities.
was not part of it. Okay, interesting.
Ain't got no abilities.
All right. Well, if he had a removal spell, I think he would have casted it already. So.
Well, it's not the removal spell I want to be casting. I'm gonna cast Mystic Confluence.
Is that bounces things?
Yeah. So the modes are gonna be bounce, and I'll draw 2.
Yeah.
I will go to combat. Attack for 9, trigger.
Yep.
I will gain 3, go to 17, draw a card. I will choose not to put a land into play. Not because I don't have one, just because I choose not to.
No blocks.
Yep. So you take
5.
9, put you to 5, pass.
All right.
Theo has a lot of ways to dig for answers. All the cantrips, the magmatic channelers, surveil triggers on Dragon's Rage channelers, so...
It's the theoretical answers in my deck.
This is a tough thing for blue-red to answer.
Yes.
Bounce spells are pretty good, because then I have to cast and escape it again.
All right, I'll port in myself Surreal.
Cool.
Graveyard Phoenix of Ash. Synergy. Yeah, I mean, overloading the graveyard is definitely a real thing, but I mean, this card helps more than it hurts, given that it surveils. These cards do not answer Uro, but I can maybe play Murktide again. So I need to manage to get 4 spells. So... Alright, we will keep those.
You
I'll
say he needs
activate
to get to 4 spells.
Discard
That's terrifying.
Jace. Well, to make a 7/7.
Oh,
That-
sure.
That's
okay.
my only hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll play sleight of hand. Surveil. Graveyard.
Very deliriumed.
Yeah, no, delirium. I guess trading with arrows, okay. That's not great.
Just lowering your expectations.
Oh man. All right. I will cast a Murktide Regent. So I'll pay. It's in my graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 spells. And have to pay blue. I'm just gonna pay 4.
Mm-hmm.
3 spells and a creature.
That resolves.
2 creatures. No, 1 creature. All right, I will pass the turn.
I'll just flash and Snapcaster Mage on your end step. Doesn't that have delirium? Don't you have to
do you have
attack?
delirium?
I delved it away, so I don't have to.
Oh,
attack.
there you go.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay.
Go.
Go to combat.
Yep,
So it's just a 1/1 now.
just a 1/1.
I will attack trigger.
Yep.
Go to 20. Draw a card. I choose not to put a land into play.
All right. Well, block.
All right. I'm gonna flash in the Wandering Emperor.
All right. I will force of will that, and then I'll concede the game.
I'll negate.
Okay, all right.
I'll negate the Force of
All
Will.
right, we're dead.
Oof. Good games, Theo.
Good games.
All right. That was fun. Got to do the Uro thing.
Yep.
Still very stressful. Very stressful playing against you. You're like stone cold over there.
Yeah.
Ice in your veins.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I just have so many conditional cards that are good when the matchup is like tempo focused, you know.
Yeah.
But when we're just draw going, your deck just goes bigger than mine. But I put up a good fight, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the games were definitely close. I
Yeah.
did not feel like
Yeah.
I had it locked up necessarily at any moment. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning into the channel. Like, subscribe, smash the button, blah, 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 blah. Ring that bell. Ding, ding.